Hey guys, welcome to our video, and today I will be answering few questions related to culture and change. And here we go. We all know that our culture is always subjected to change from time to time. Due to massive improvement of our technology, we cannot stop the changes it brings to each one of us. There are lots of things produced by this technological advancement, such as social media and telenovelas, and these two both displays the different cultural practices from other countries. So let's take as an example. We Filipinos are fond of watching Korean dramas because we find it entertaining, and we can observe that majority of their dramas displays the beauty of their culture. Being exposed to the culture of others may change our view to our own cultural practices and beliefs. As well as the different social media platforms may also cause changes in our culture. Social media connects all the people on this planet that has their own social media account. Everyone is free to share about their personal and cultural aspects of their lives. As we are browsing in the different platforms, we cannot deny the fact that sometimes we became interested to the practices of others and we tend to imitate those. As defined by the New Times in their article, cultural dynamism implies the ability to do away the negative cultural practices and the positive ones are guarded jealously. In order to preserve our own cultural beliefs and practices, we can use these two as an outlet to let our fellow Filipino know how rich our culture is. We can use telenovelas in portraying how diverse our culture is to encourage everyone to learn and discover more about us. As well as the social media, we can use it to spread awareness to young individuals about our culture so that they cannot easily be carried by the practices of others. It is the responsibility of each one of us to preserve, uphold, and enrich the culture we have so that the next generation will have the culture that they can call their own. In my case, I am not a fan of watching telenovelas. I am more on browsing my social media accounts. According to Mageto in 2017, social media has a positive and negative effect depending on how we will going to use it. So it helps us to connect with our friends and families away from us. It gives us the freedom to express our feelings and thoughts by posting it. It also helps me in promoting my own culture by posting some of our cultural practices. Sometimes I use our own language, which is the Bagobo Tagabawa language, in some of my posts. In that way, I can use social media as an avenue to showcase our unique culture to others, especially to my friends. And with that, I can help my culture to be known. Even if we have the freedom to post and share anything in social media, still we need to be sensitive on what is the content of our post. We need to consider some of factors such as cultural sensitivity and how it will be perceived by others. In social media, think before you click. In order to maintain good relationship with others, you must think and understand your content before posting it. There are lots of differences between Filipino youths of today and before. Before, young Filipinos are taught by their parents to be respectful to the elders, starting when the kid is able to understand. They are the companions of their parents to their work. The son goes with his father in the field to help in farming, while the daughter is with her mother, helping in household chores. And the Filipino youths before are fond of playing outdoor games. The youths before sees a relationship as a serious thing. The man court his girl through harana, and it may took a couple of months or even years before the man can have the girl as his girlfriend. If we compare the practices before and what we have today, there's a lot of differences. Youths of today seems like they lost their respect to their parents as well as to the elders the way they make conversation to them. They prefer to be with their friends rather than to be with their families. Due to lack of respect, they became hard to approach to do the household works. They prefer playing online games rather than playing outside and making friends with the others. The youths of today is always thinking about being into a relationship and it looks like it became a requirement living in a modern society. They take relationship as a pastime, and the courting happens only through chat, and eventually they are in a relationship. Not all Filipino youths of today have this negative characteristic because there are some out there who are well nurtured, disciplined, and taught by their parents to be a good member of society. They still possess some of the characteristic of a traditional Filipino youth. We Filipinos are known for being collectivist in culture because of our practice that we value our relationship with other people even we don't know them much. We value long-term relationship with our family, our friends, neighbors, and other groups we belong. We also value the opinions of others, especially those who comes from our parents or family when making decisions in our lives because we always think for our own good as well as to the people around us. We also think that family is everything to us. For us, family is not only your spouse and children, parents and siblings, but also it's your grandparents, cousins, aunts and uncles, and other ceremonial relatives. And this is according to Patricia Liquanan. Everything we do or fail to do automatically reflects to our family. According to Shapiro, Filipinos here and in abroad are still family-centric. We can also observe the collectivistic culture of the Filipinos during calamities. We never let our fellow countrymen suffer on their own. We always find ways in helping them, even a small variety of ways. It is in our blood, the passion of helping one another in times of needs. We call it bayanihan, the act of helping hand in hand without expecting any returns on what you did. We can also say that Filipinos are collectivist in culture because we cannot live without our friends or peers, commonly known as barkada. And we spend lots of our free time with our barkadas. And when we are going to choose between family and friends, we always go with our family. In the past generation, we can already observe the collectivistic culture of the Filipinos because they work as a group, especially during harvest season. In rural areas, people share their food to their neighbors if they have occasion. It is a practice of the Filipino being generous on what they have. In these simple ways, you can develop good relationship to the society where we belong. I can really find myself as a truly collectivist person because I cannot assure that I can do everything by my own. I strongly believe in the quote saying that no man is an island. It means that we always need companies in our lives. In my decision making, I always ask the opinion of my parents and sibling if my decision will produce positive effect to me and is it acceptable to the perspective of other people. For me, family provides the feeling of security and comfort even if you're old enough and capable of living in a separate life. I also consider my relationship with my cousins and other relatives. I am really concerned with my actions and behavior to maintain good relationship with the people around me. I also have a group of friends and I treat them like a family because we care for each other. If one of my friends needs help, as long as I have something to offer, I will help. I can consider myself as a collectivist because I value a strong and good relationship to the group where I belong. For me, culture and spiritual beliefs are not barriers to change because we can keep up with the changes happening around us while maintaining our own culture and beliefs. There are lots of changes happening from time to time, such as in technological advancement and modernization of our society. Technology breaks the barriers among people around the globe. Through the different social media platforms, we can interact with others from different countries with different cultural practices and beliefs. The use of latest gadgets, machines, and equipments makes our daily tasks easy and convenient. This type of change is beneficial because it connects us to the people even if they are a million miles away from us. It also gives us an awareness on what's happening around us. During this era, we need to cope up with the modernization because of the upgrade in our society where we live. We need to keep up with the modernization for us not to be left behind. According to Heraclitus, change is the only constant in life. Therefore, we cannot escape from it. Most of the changes in our society nowadays produces a positive impact towards us. It only became negative if there is an inappropriate usage of it. We can say that culture and spiritual beliefs are not barriers to change. because it only depends on how we perceive these changes. Other people may be resistant to any forms of change because they look at it in a different and in an opposite way. We can still have our cultures and traditions at this modern world. What we need to do is to educate our younger generations about the importance of it. We must share to them our practices that has been passed from generation to generation. Our spiritual beliefs has nothing to do with the changes occurring in our society. We must stick on what we believe, and if some of the changes go against on what we believe, what we need to do is stay away from it. These two are not barriers for change because it can be used as a way towards change in a good way. Though culture and spiritual belief has become part of an individual's life, it can be a key for change that could improve and give a better vision of one's way of living towards such a culture and spiritual belief. And that's the end of our video. I hope you enjoy. See you next time.